Craig Roach was one half of the first ever same-sex couple to appear on the show in 2016. He was married to Andy Ankers in New Zealand in season 3, but their relationship lasted just a few days before Mr Roach pulled the pin. A few months after appearing on the show, Mr Roach wrote on Facebook that nothing in the show is real, but now, 2 years later, he's gone into extreme detail about what he described as the inhumane experience and downright torture I endured at the hands of Channel 9. In a lengthy Facebook post, Mr Roach said his appearance on MAFS affected his relationship with his family and friends and he almost lost his hairdressing job as a result. During his initial meetings with producers, Mr Roach claims he told them some of his deal breakers for potential partners. Answer was a smoker, hands down huge deal breaker, he wrote. Mr Roach described Mr Ankers, the man he was matched with, as a chain smoker. Viewers might recall that Mr Roach was quite frantic on his wedding day, after losing his speech, and things only got worse when his best man lost the ring. But Mr Roach has claimed that this was all a setup by producers. My best man put his bag in the car with the wedding ring. It's amazing how, when we got to the wedding venue, he comes to me saying they took it out of the boot, Mr Roach wrote. This is when I knew that the whole thing was set up. However, I took a deep breath and rolled with it. There was more drama at the wedding reception when Mr Roach introduced his ex, who he's still close with, to Mr Ankers. It was a move that Mr Roach now describes as a stupid mistake, and one that appeared to upset Mr Ankers in scenes that aired on the show. I don't really think he had issues about it, Mr Roach wrote. In response, a 9 spokesperson told news.com.au that no participant is forced to say or do anything. The spokesperson added, there is a dedicated show psychologist and support team available to every participant throughout the entire production and broadcast. We take our duty of care seriously. Mr Roach wrote that he grew increasingly frustrated with Mr Ankers during and after the wedding, and things only got worse over the next couple of days. He wrote on Facebook that he told Mr Ankers he wanted to end their relationship, and Mr Ankers then called the show's producers to let them know. Despite the breakup, Mr Roach claimed he was asked to stage a couple of scenes showing the two men getting to know each other, which he agreed to do to keep the peace. After returning to Australia, Mr Roach said he felt distraught by his married at first sight experience. You only have to look at the footage of me, and you will see the pain, he wrote. It's so real, and I couldn't hide it.